Dear students, let's now continue the second point of this lesson, inverse proportion. Students, the example is displayed on your screen. This example is present on your textbook page number 64. Some volunteers have gathered to dig 90 pits of a tree plantation program. One volunteer digs one pit in one day. If there are 15 volunteers, they will take 90 upon 15 days. We will first try to understand this example. There are some volunteers which altogether want to dig 90 pits for the tree plantation program. There are total 90 pits which have to be dig by the volunteers. Okay? Now, one volunteer digs one pit in a day. One volunteer digs one pit in one day. If there are 15 volunteers, how many days will they require? In total, they have to dig 90 pits. And there are 15 people, 15 volunteers. So 90 upon 15 is equal to 6. So they will require 6 days. Let me explain you this example in a more better way. One volunteer takes one day to dig one pit. Okay? One volunteer takes one day to dig one pit. There are total 15 volunteers. Now, how many total pits are to be dig? 90. Clear? So 15 volunteers will dig 15 pits today. Again 15 pits tomorrow. So total are becoming 30. Then the third day again they are digging 15 more. Fourth day again they are digging 15 more. So how many days now we have completed? We have completed 4 days. Right? In 4 days they are completing 15, 15, 15, 15. So that total becomes 60. All total there are 90 pits to be dig. We have already completed 60 pits in 4 days. Total are to be dig 90. So still there are 30 more. Again say the table of 15. Again we will require 15 and 15. So 2 more days. So total we require 6 days. Is it clear now? So to shortly find out the answer, divide 90 by 15. So that will give you 6 days. Here we have come across an example where one quantity increases, then the other decreases. Yes, when one quantity increases, then the other decreases. Let's solve another example on the same page. Suppose Sudha has to solve 48 problems in a problem set. If she solves one problem every day, she will need 48 days to complete the set. But if she solves 8 problems every day, how many days will she require? Sudha is a girl who is solving the problem set. Okay? She requires one problem to solve one day. Okay? So if there are total 48 problems, she will obviously require 48 days if she solves one problem a day. Now suppose if Sudha takes 8 problems a day, if Sudha completes 8 problems a day, and if there are 48 total problems, how many days will she require? Say the table of 8, try to complete it till 48. Or what you can do is divide 48 by 8. 8 into which number will give you 48? 8 6 are 48. Clear? 8 6 are 48. So, when one quantity increases, the other quantity decreases. These types of examples are of inverse proportion. Now students, always remember, when there is direct proportion, you have to use the operation of division. And when there is inverse proportion, you have to always use the operation of multiplication. Let's turn to another example on the next page. We will now solve the second example on page number 65. A 40-page class magazine is to be written. If one student would require 80 days to write it, how many would 4 students require? Listen carefully. There is a class magazine of 40 pages. Okay? It has to be written. One child requires 80 days to complete that 40 pages magazine. How many days will require by 40 students? It is so simple. Divide 80 by 4. Now why only 80 to divide, not by 40? Since pages are same, 40 pages though one child writes and 40 pages though 4 students write. Okay, so you don't have to worry about pages, you have to worry about the days. Clear? So divide number of days, that is 80, divide by 4 students. So 80 divided by 4 will give you 20. Therefore, lastly, 20 days will be required by 4 students to complete a 40 pages class magazine. Next example. On same page, page number 65, we have to just fill the data now. Students of a certain school went for a picnic to a farm by bus. Here are some of their experiences. Say whether the quantities in each are in direct or in inverse proportion. First one. Each student paid 60 rupees for the expense. As there were 45 students, how many rupees were collected? So 60 multiplied by 45. Your answer will be 2700. There are 45 students and every child has to pay rupees 60. So multiply 45 with 60, you will get the answer 2700. Had there been 50 students, now if instead of 45 there are 50 students, okay, 50 students, then how many rupees would be collected? So multiply 60 with 50 now, you will get the answer 3000. Now what type of proportion is this? When one is increasing, other one is also increasing. If the children are increasing, their amount is also increasing, right? If the children are decreasing, their amount is also decreasing. So this type of proportion is direct proportion. The number of students and money collected are in direct proportion. Second one. The sweet shop near the school gave 90 laddus for the picnic. If 45 students go for the picnic, each child will get dash laddus. There are total 90 laddus, and if 45 students go, every child will get 2 laddus, right? 2 laddus. If there are 30 students for the picnic, then every child will get 3 laddus, correct? Divide 90 with 45, you will get 2 laddus. In second condition, divide 90 with 30, you will get 3 laddus. Now students, when one quantity increases, other decreases. Clear? When there are more students, number of laddus every child is getting less. And when there are less students, the number of laddus every child is getting becomes more. So this type of proportion is inverse proportion. The number of students and that of laddus each one gets are in inverse proportion. Let's solve third condition now. The farm is 120 kilometers away from the school. The bus went to the farm at a speed of 40 km per hour and he took dash hours. 40 km per hour is the speed. Total distance is 120 kilometers. So he will require 3 hours, right? He will require 3 hours. On the return trip, the speed was 60 km per hour. Therefore, he takes 2 hours, right? 6 2s are 12. So, he takes 2 hours. Here also there is inverse proportion. The speed of the bus and the time it takes are in inverse proportion. When the speed is less, they require more hours, and the speed becomes more, then the r's are coming down, it becomes less, so that is inverse proportion. We will turn the page now. Page number 66. Last condition. The farmer picked 180 boars from his tree. He gave them equally to 45 students. Each student got dash boars. There are 45 students. There are 180 boars. So 45 4 is 180. Okay. So every child will get 4 boars. Had there been 60 students, each would have got dash boars. If there are 60 students instead of 45 now, and if there are 180 boars, then 60 3 becomes 180. So every child will get 3 boars. The number of students and the number of boars each one get are in inverse proportion. Here also there is inverse proportion. Since the students are increasing, the number of boars each child gets becomes decrease. And when there are less students are decreasing, the number of boars each one is getting, that becomes increased. Yes, so therefore there is inverse proportion. Thank you.